Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop. My name is Bob. I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight's episode of Curse of Strahd. We are back. Sorry for last week. We had, unfortunately, something came up. Couldn't avoid it, and it's definitely not Andrew's fault. So it's, one of those things. Real life gets in the way, but we're here. We're all back. We're all good, by the way. All good things. And I can't wait to play this episode tonight. The reason why we had to cancel it actually is not because normally I've said there with this group, I'd love to keep playing if someone is absent, just so we keep going. You know, if one person's absent once in a blue moon, no big deal. But we're at a point now in the game where it's kind of hard. It's kind of difficult. Like every episode is at this point seems almost like pivotal to the entire story. So, and I think gotta clear my throat here. Get choked up when I talk about this. Even this episode is going to be one where I think at the end we're all going to say, wow, definitely needed everybody here for this one. I hope so. How's it going, everybody? Feeling all right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, really
Sweet.
glad to be here.
Sweet.
Ready to fight some scarecrows.
Well, they're, maybe they're the friendly scarecrows, like Wizard of Oz.
Seems
Nah.
unlikely.
Speaking of the Wizard of Oz, there's a lot of Wizard of Oz elements in lots of D&D. I mean, it's like an iconic movie, Wild Beyond the Witchlight, actually, and story in general. It's a book, right? Book series. Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which I think Stefano and Andrew both were a part of as guests, not as main characters, but as guests. You were, yeah. You were the flower, weren't you, Andrew?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. But
He was the lion.
That's right. He was the dandelion. Yes, that's right. It was a dandelion. Yeah.
Right. And you were like an oil pot or so, right?
I was the scarecrow.
Oh, okay.
Clapperclaw. I remember Clapperclaw because he's a part of the game longer. He's like, kind of a recurring character. Whereas your character, I cannot remember the name of your character, but I do know that you had a wife, which was a queen honeybee named Pollinella.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember your name, though. I'm sure Andrew knows. He's just waiting for me to come up with it. It's a dandelion, though, and then there was, of course, the oil can, which was played by CJ, and we can never forget that oil can because he did some god awful things to humanity. So, Amador, that was you, correct? Yeah, and so we had the trio there. I see some similarities here, actually, in Curse of Strahd to that as well. It's a land that you get sent to. You can't, you have to find your way home. There's only a certain way to do it. There's witches abound and things like that. So my question to you is, favorite character in The Wizard of Oz? Go. Tim. I know you have
easy. Scarecrow.
Wow, really?
Scarecrow keeps that thing on him. The flying monkey show up and he pulls out the piece. It's like, wow, I respect your hustle. Even in the land of Oz, you stay strapped, Scarecrow. And for a man with no brain, like that's thinking on your feet, because it seems like Oz is mighty dangerous, and that Scarecrow knows how to protect himself.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite. Obviously, he's got the best intro song, right? If I Only Had a Brain. The other ones all feel like they're just copies of him, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Excellent, great. I knew Tim would have one ready. He would be ready for this. What about you, Michelle? Favorite Wizard of Oz character?
Man, I mean, I would say the Scarecrow, but now it looks like I'm just copying Tim.
Just like all the others in the copy his
like
song.
Everyone does.
I mean, I love the Scarecrow because I feel like, he's more intelligent than he realizes, for someone who is brainless. God, this sounds exactly like Tim's answer. Damn. You know what's really ironic? I'm actually drinking out of a Wizard of Oz cup.
That's
gosh.
Cool.
I love that.
Hold on. We did not plan this.
No, we did not. This is
Got the
entirely coincidental.
Emerald background lighting there, Bob, too. Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I thought you would, maybe somebody would notice it. Jeez. Wow. That's great. All right. So you have some
Nice.
thoughts here. You got some thoughts.
Yeah, because like I love the Wizard of Oz story, and I love the original. I like the newer remake. I went to go see it at the Sphere in Vegas, which is where
so
this
cool.
cup is
Wow.
from. Yes, it's so beautiful in so many ways. But I guess like my favorite character besides the Scarecrow,
Yeah.
I guess Lion. Um,
Mm.
And then I don't know, I may connect to those who are active on Discord and see my once every 2 years post on Discord. But my my avatar on Discord is Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
And I really like the concept of like a small creature who's very afraid of everything, but then, boldly steps forward in the face of danger. And I feel like Lion has a similar vibe. So
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
courage.
Except he is strong. He is big. He just has to believe in himself.
Exactly. He just doesn't
Yeah.
realize his own strength.
Wow.
So courage in a different way. Hmm.
I love it. Lion, a scarecrow. Let's see what Stefano has to say.
It's the Scarecrow, 100%.
That's because you played Clapperclaw.
It's not. The Scarecrow, he's the first guy there. His relationship with Dorothy is developed the most. When I was a
Mhm.
kid, he's kind of like doofy and like clumsy, and I'm just like rooting for him. He's just like a real heroic guy.
Yeah. Well, Scarecrow, but yeah, he's a real heroic Scarecrow.
But as an actor, if I could play a character, 100% would want to play the Lion.
Really?
The Lion is the most fun to play.
Wow.
He's a real character.
Have you ever done a like directed or done a performance of the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, at least 4 times.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
We have-
actually, it was
this
the
is the-
first. It was the first thing that I musical directed when I was 19 years old.
This is the group to ask this question. My God.
Yeah.
If I asked the Keep on the
Andrew.
Borderlands people, they would have had no idea. We were like, I've never even seen it. Never read the book.
If you ask me again when I'm playing Keep, I'll say I don't know anything about it. I'm prize.
Perfect. Andrew, what about you? Saving the best for last. Go
Gotta be the Tin Man.
ahead.
There we go. We got them all. No one cares about the dog.
He's basically a Necron. He has no heart.
He's a Necron. Oh, wow. You're right. He is a robot, essentially. Yeah. The story actually from the book is a little different than the movie. I actually read the book about 10 years ago for the first time, and then I reread it with my son last year. I get him a book every year for Christmas, and we read it we read it together. He reads a little bit, I read some of it. And last year that was our book, so we read it for quite some time. It's a pretty lengthy book, and the story of the Tin Woodman, as they call him in the book, is that he basically accidentally chops his limbs all off. Like he's just it's way darker than he's just this dude. I think it's made of tin, but the movie takes some liberties. But I like that, Andrew. I feel like that's a good point. He's just a robot. He's just a robot doing robot things, and he needs a heart.
Yeah. And I guess if we're talking about the book, shout out to Elphaba.
Oh yeah,
She has so much more depth and so much more story, and her character arc is gorgeous, which
Yeah.
is not at all touched on in the movie.
no,
So-
not in the
Which one is
original.
that? Is that
The
green
Wicked
one?
Witch.
Elphaba is the Wicked Witch in
The green
Wicked.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's from Wicked.
In the original movie, she got that when she melted or whatever and went down, she got 3rd-degree burns.
The actual actress?
Yeah,
No.
'cause the trap door didn't work and the fireworks just went off in her face.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
really?
And then she came back after healing months later, and they wanted to do it again. She was like, no way. And they did it
Yeah.
with a stunt butt double, and the same thing happened.
Oh my
That's
god.
deeply
You should-
troubling.
You should learn about the Wizard of Oz production
Yes.
hell. Google that. It's
Yeah.
kind of it's an
Wow.
interesting
This-
story. All the things that went on in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, the scene with the snow, they were just flinging asbestos
Asbestos
at
at
the
each other.
actors.
Oh my god.
It was just pure asbestos raining down all around them. Can you imagine?
Oh
Wish I
my
would not
god.
approve.
This was the right group to ask
This-
about the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. And I'll just chime in here. I kind of love the wizard cuz in the movie he's actually the traveling magic dude. So he's like they're all voices in her head essentially, but he's the one who's like you should go home to your aunt. They're going to miss you. He's kind of a voice of reason. He's a little bit of a annoying dude as the wizard, but I like that. He's just uses deception. He's just, he's just a dude but he's figured out a way to kind of trick everybody and show them he's powerful. And then obviously there's some other, there's more background on him too, just like with all these characters. They go more further into background of movies and books and stuff. But the wizard's cool. Like, he's way cooler than I think people give him credit for. And, I don't think this is going to, well, I shouldn't say that actually. This could well be just like getting asbestos thrown at you this episode. It really could be. So let's hope that you are going to survive this one, because it's a doozy. You ready to play?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. All right, we're going into grayscale. Oh, there we are. And we'll cue the music and we'll recap what we did last time. Ooh. Here we go. Okay, so everybody, last time we played, we had a level up. It was kind of cool. We actually had a level up to 9, so we're pretty powerful now. We've gained some new powers, some new items. We had a little bit of moment of respite at the Wizard of the Wines. Camilla returned. She told you all that she had failed in her hunt, so she is still a lycanthrope. But she feels good. Like, even though she didn't succeed, she feels like she's on the right track. She doesn't feel the sickness of like turning into a lycanthrope right now. And, Dione, as well as all the Were Ravens, they know this feeling all too well. You're basically super powered right now. So she feels good. Even if, in another few weeks, this will be another scary episode. But she feels good in the moment. Hopeful, optimistic. We also had a moment where everyone kind of had a tie-in to their backstory a bit. Whether it was Dione feeling like she has mastered the beast that has been, not only passed in through her family, but now as at least she's lived most of her life with, to even Tim. You had Laurent, his fond memory of his mother coming back, of her humming to him as a child while he's playing in the room. This is the same memory that you've had before, just now maybe a little clearer. And Stefano, you created, Laurent, Canas created a new rod. You actually drew this, though. Do you want to share the drawing?
Sure. It doesn't show up as good on screen, but it is posted on Discord.
Finally.
So, yeah, I know. It took forever.
Actually, you can see it pretty well there.
There's the rod.
Yeah.
It's got like a little grip in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am calling it Penumbral Radiance.
I love it.
Nice. I love it too. And the play on words that Stefano explained it to me, I didn't know what the heck penumbral was, but now I do. Google it. Look it up.
You Google it.
You Google it. We're not telling you because you just got to figure it out. Actually, I just said Google and now my phone thinks I'm commanding it. Hold on.
Big Brother is always watching and listening.
Yeah. Always listening.
It was like, hey, you want to know more about the Wizard of Oz? So that was what you did during the downtime. And Rufus, you felt a calling from the Gwaindire, like as if the Gwaindire himself penetrated the mists and spoke to you. You came to Camilla's room in the middle of the night. You opened the door, chill in the air. You saw her there sleeping peacefully in her bed. You felt a burst of energy within. You wanted to go in. Something was luring you in, calling you in. You felt it was important for you and Camilla that you could help her. However, you resisted, not sure of what this new power might be. You decided to wait and think on this moment. Once the group left the Wizards of the Wines, you went back to Von Richten's tower, hoping that Esmeralda and him would still be there, as you had left Kresk, even though they told you to stay there. When you got back, you sensed werewolves, as if they were there only hours before, maybe camped out, watching, waiting. You ended up getting into the tower and realizing that Von Richten and Esmeralda were there. They were furiously packing, gathering their items. They were going to make an escape. You actually ended up teleporting away, but not before you learned that Von Richten had a plan. He read stories about the Vistani. He obviously knows Esmeralda and some other Vistani throughout his travels. We know they're the only group that can go in and out of Barovia. They have some sort of pact, some sort of deal with Strahd. And so this is like how he's learned more about Barovia from the outside. He also learned that there's a Barovian sort of lullaby song that refers to a bell tower that rings like a beating heart. This is sort of what Rufus had actually encountered when von Richten was sleeping. A bell that rings without sound, his heart, the heart. That's what he said when he was sort of dazed in his like coma state. But he had these lyrics from a Vistani folk song, and this drew him down a sort of like a rabbit hole of logic that he's done through his monster hunting years. He knows of a creature called a lich. Liches are basically indestructible creatures. They use dark magic to preserve their life. Sounds all too familiar. They have something called a phylactery. A phylactery is basically an essence of themselves they can remove and store, so that in case their body is destroyed, they can use that soul, that essence, to bring that body back. And based on everything that they've heard from Orel about how he has defeated Strahd before, about how there's that trail of heroes back in the cemetery in the village of Barovia, that it feels like there's a loop constantly going on of heroes coming in, trying to fight Strahd, some failing, some succeeding. It seems like this has to be some sort of similar dark power. And the dark powers that gave Strahd his power over Barovia from the Amber Temple must be capable of something like that. So he believes that there is some sort of, whether it's a phylactery, but something symbolic of that of a heart in the castle that keeps him alive. And so you have to infiltrate the castle. You have to destroy this in order to kill him. The plan basically was to send you all to Berez to find the final item that Madame Ava predicted. If that is true, even though he doesn't necessarily believe this, getting these items can only help, like the Sun Sword, like the book. All of this has to be helpful. So von Richten and Esmeralda will coordinate their infiltration. They're going to speak with the Keepers of the Feather, and you suggest that he seeks out Casimir, your dusk elf friend, hoping that maybe he has some more insight. He has obviously faced Strahd before, his sister, who was brought back to life, also being a problem you have to deal with in the future. And after heading south, following the River Ivlis, you found a flashing light in the swamps of Berez. It was a Keeper of the Feather, a woman named... I definitely know her name and said it a million times.
Muriel Vinshaw?
Muriel Vinshaw. She introduced herself to you, hoping that you were friends. She told you that a dark evil lives here, and then... Did you hear that? Scarecrows are abound. So we pick up here in the swamps of Berez. You are... Actually, I'm going to put us to roll 20, actually. I am going to put us to roll 20. Going to do it.
Do it.
Do it. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. All right. I don't think that there should not be lighting on. So I think you should be able to see this even though your tokens are not here. Do you see a map?
We can, yes.
You can. Okay, I'll switch it to roll 20 for our friends, our viewers.
What a funky little map you got there, Bob.
You like it?
I do.
All right, so this is the map, and your characters are all on this side of the river. So you can place your tokens if you want, or honestly, we could just use the party token. It doesn't even have to be our tokens, because there's no lighting here, right?
No, it's all lit up for us.
Yeah.
I'll place the party token.
Yeah, I feel like with the zoom being the way it is, it makes sense for us to travel as a group relative to the scale.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty large map. You're right. I think the scale is...
Oh, wow.
One square is 100 feet. Yeah. So, there you are. Okay, so I'm putting the party token right here on the other side of the river, and the river, has these offshoots, these little tributaries. They're not so deep. Even the main part of this river here in the swamps is not so deep because honestly, even the ground you're standing on is pretty squishy. It's pretty swampy. There's every time you step, maybe ground gives way a little bit. There's lilies and reeds and all these things kind of just coating the surface. So it just gets a little deeper towards the river. But that's where Muriel Vinshaw is, and we'll pick up the conversation from there. Let me describe the area that you're in because it's maybe worth describing. So you saw from up north on the river that there was a flashing light. It was a lantern that she was using to signal you. When you got to this area, you're standing amongst a dozen moss-covered menhirs that form a near-perfect circle in the spongy earth. These weathered stones range in height from 15 to 18 feet. A couple of them lean inward, as if to share some great secret with their inscrutable neighbors. A wary-looking peasant woman, this is Muriel, she motioned to you, called to you, introduced herself. She clutches a rusty lantern in one gnarled hand and a dagger in the other. And she just said, "Did you hear that? Scarecrows are abound."
I'll make a perception check.
Yeah, you want to look around? Yeah, you can make a perception check. You look past the rock structures, and you see the river. And in the distance, what'd you get?
I got something real good. Something super good. I got a 6.
Rufus also looks around, and he has a bit more perception and gets 17.
Yeah, actually, though, unfortunately for you, Rufus, you have to give me a disadvantage on this because you are a human.
Human.
And you don't have dark vision.
Still a 17.
Really? Okay, great. Excellent. So 17, Rufus peers over the sides of one of the menhirs, and you can see that there's basically what looks like the ruins of a village. You can see that there are, like, right across, and I think you can probably see this as the big structures there. Yeah. There's, like, abandoned homes, cottages. You can see that there are bigger homes, but, like, all of them have been reduced basically to piles of stone and timber. And you can see there, it looks like there's a semblance of some sort of a navigable road, although the swamps and the waters have basically ruined any easy walkway here. But yeah, you see structures all about here.
Look, my friends, a drowned village. We've found it. We are blessed.
Now, how are we going to get to it? It's pretty long. Across the river, it doesn't look friendly.
Perhaps we can wade the river.
Muriel, I don't see the scarecrows.
Oh, I heard them, though. I heard them. Didn't you hear them?
No, I did not.
I must have been distracted.
Is the
they're
water
everywhere.
moving quickly? Like, if there were scarecrows, could we potentially wade into the water? Does that seem like a rational choice?
The water is very slow moving, if moving at all. Yeah, it's
Ah,
How deep is it?
not too deep like, probably you could easily swim across it. Like, it might get to, like, your height.
Are
5 feet
there
or so.
are there like trees around us with branches and sticks? Are there sticks on the ground?
There are trees and branches. Many of them are they're very bare, like, dying trees. Maybe they all look like they're in a state of decay here. But yes, you could find branches and trees.
I'd like to go and like snap a branch off of one of the trees, like long enough to be like a walking stick for me.
Yeah, you could do that.
And yes, I'll say to the others, I think perhaps this may be a little treacherous. It may benefit us to have some assistance while crossing. And then she's gonna start like snapping other branches off of the tree and offering them to the others.
Muriel says, "Oh well, I could give you a ride across, but why would you want to go there?" There's terrible evil in that place.
We are following the words of a prophecy.
Prophecy,
To
you
sent
say?
us to this place.
Jedi you look for.
Not a Jedi. Well, maybe an old lady. Powerful force of good, a holy symbol of great hope.
Ooh.
Dead village drowned by a river, ruled by one who has brought evil into this world.
Oh.
I remembered it wrong. It does seem to be an evil person, but nonetheless, we must go.
Oh, there is evil here. I can tell you that. There's evil here for sure. In fact, you know, I'm trying to find people as well.
Who are you trying to find?
Well, you know, I was sent here by the keepers. I'm looking for ravens. Yep.
Well,
Like
Any
regular
ravens in particular?
Yep. Yeah, particular, yes. Mm-hmm. Lots of
Is there-
ravens come here and they don't make it out. So
Muriel, is
They
there a reason
sent
you're
me
being
here.
so cagey and odd with the way you're speaking?
I don't know what you mean. No, they're you know, we need our ravens back.
Does do I believe her? Does that seem like I don't know if it's the way you're talking or the way she's talking, but either way, like this is I'm not I Tim Lucas don't believe.
Oh, I just get a little nervous when I'm about to face great evil, you know.
You know what, Muriel? We've been vanquishing evil in our path ever since we got here. This is nothing new to us.
Really?
We lit a beacon and everything. I don't know if you've heard of us. We're kind of a big deal around here now.
We just made the Dark Lord Strahd himself retreat.
I threw him with the spear.
She's like taking all this in. Whoa, what? This is incredible. The keepers. You're friends with the keepers, you said?
We are.
Davian, and so forth.
And you're here on their behalf? Because I was sent here on their behalf.
We are not here on their behalf in particular, but anything to help Davian is something that we would like to do. He has been a great boon to us in our journey.
Yes, Davian as well as Erwin. We've sent ravens to this area for years. Many of them do not come back. I'm here to find them.
Can I gotta ping my divine sense?
Sure. No celestial, fiend, undead in the area. Or fiend?
Yep.
None of
Celestial
them.
Fiend,
None of them. Yeah.
Miriam, do you think? Go ahead. Sorry, Stefano.
I'll just try an insight. It sounds like she feels uncomfortable with the way that she's speaking. I'm not trying to figure out if she's lying, but if it seems like she's hiding something, I suppose.
You can make an insight check if your character would like to.
I'm not particularly good at it, but it's a 7. I'm getting all the bad rolls out now.
You can make your own opinions of this. She obviously seems like she's maybe a bit nervous and you know, reluctant to say everything, but she did just meet you in the swamp.
That's
Well,
true.
I'll tell you what, Miriam. We got to get across the river to that drowned village anyway, and you seem to think there's scarecrows on this side. So why don't you take us to face that great evil, or we'll stay here and fight this great evil? But either way, we gotta get to that side at some point.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, perfect. I'll help you across.
Before
What?
we go,
Yeah,
would you like to hear the story of our heroic deeds?
I would.
Ah. So
Before we go.
I spent 12 minutes recounting the story of heroic deeds, and 6 people get 12 temporary hit points.
So that would be
Myself,
the
this-
4 of you, Irina and Camilla.
Not Camilla. We'll give it to Muriel because she was particularly inspired by our heroic deeds.
Ooh. Yeah, Camilla's, you know, not even paying attention. She's
Right, she's like
sharpening her
Glossing around.
blade. Yeah.
right, yeah, being a teenager.
I'm not much of a fighter, she says, but I'll help you if you help me. I'm looking to get, like I said, all the ravens that have see if they're still alive. I'm hoping that they're just here.
Oh, perhaps this can be like the beacon, another sign of hope that we all work. Let us go.
But I just let you know something. I don't think I can go. to that tree hut.
Okay, well,
Why not?
just get us across the river. Yeah, and why not? Good question.
Well,
So
that's
are
where the
we
great
now,
evil is.
Are we now finding the ravens for you?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I hope they're not there. But, look, this place used to be a village. And a grand one. Now, I wasn't alive to see it, but I've been told that this place is cursed. And that a great evil lives right in the center of it. And I've been building up the courage, but I was planning on going there soon. But now that you're all here, maybe it's better that you do it.
Is that the hut I can dimly see in the center you're talking about?
Yeah, and maybe you see it because it's on a tree
Right.
and it's raised, so maybe it's visible, although it's pretty densely foggy here. So, maybe you see it through wisps, but yeah, there's a large tree hut right in the center of the town. Yeah.
Does it look like it has chicken feet?
Kind of has like
Spider legs.
spider legs, yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
it's
looks
just,
like a
it's the
spider.
roots. It's the roots.
The roots. The roots. The roots are on fire.
Yeah.
They will be
Maybe
soon
they
when I
need
light them on
water.
fire.
Yeah. The scarecrows, though, they're all around, and they work for that whatever creature is in there. I'm pretty sure it's an evil hag, and they work for her.
That's
Well.
Lorna.
I don't think that's the name. No. I've never heard that name
Scarecrows.
before.
Are quite weak. We've vanquished many scarecrows.
Oh, so you've encountered them.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
All the
Around
time.
Wizards of the Wine.
then she might know you better than you think.
Well, that's good to know.
Is it?
All right.
Did Muriel say like she was a raven herself? Did I miss
Yes.
that?
She did in the very
Okay,
beginning.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
And you there. So you must be a great warrior, she points to Rufus, based on your tales.
Yes.
W-
Very
what
great.
about you? And she points to Dione. You seem different.
Oh, so? Dione looks up at Rufus and then puffs up her chest equally and stares defiantly at Muriel.
Muriel looks at you and he goes, just something odd. Can't put my finger on it. She like scrunches her nose at you. And she looks over to Canas and she says, and what about you and your friend? And she motions to, obviously. Oh, no. Is Yune here or invisible?
Yune can be here.
Yune can be here, okay.
Yune was invisible. Yune, and I'm like, Yune, say hello. Snap.
Hello. My name's Yune. I'm Canas' best friend.
This is true.
Oh. And you?
Up until getting here, my only friend.
Everybody needs friends. And you? Laurent?
What makes me so special? I'm just really social. I'm a social butterfly, if you will. And
The
I've got this
Vistani-
awesome spear.
The Vistani often are, he says.
It's impolite to make assumptions about people you haven't met like that before.
Oh, pardon me.
He's
And then-
cosplaying.
And then you there, points to Irina. You look familiar, too. He's really familiar. I don't remember meeting you. Yeah. You're not from the village of Borovi, are you? And Irina looks to the party, like hoping maybe she doesn't have to answer this question, but she says, yes, I used to live there. And then finally you a warrior as well? Camilla finishes cleaning her blade. She puts her dagger away and gets her crossbow ready. And she says, sort of. I'm an orphan.
She has been
Oh.
training hard.
An orphan assassin. Excellent. You're very capable, but I'll just warn you, I've heard some crazy things coming from that hut.
Tell us.
I hear sounds. Strange sounds. Moaning sounds. The sounds of animals being slaughtered. And then I can't really explain it. But I think I've seen a giant skull flying around here at night. Truly terrifying.
Can't be much worse than the chimeras made of amalgamated human parts that we saw in the Abbey.
How long have the voices and skulls been flying around for? We haven't seen that kid since we left that, the kid we, up in the attic, and then we kind of kicked him out of his attic, and he really didn't like us at all.
Oh, yeah, the burgomaster's son.
Yeah, that's the one. He was a little freak.
Victor Velakovich.
Yeah. If he
Yeah,
ended up
that's
out
true.
here, that's bad for everyone.
She says, well, I've been here for quite some time, just waiting for my moment, just waiting. But
It appears your moment was us arriving.
Your
Now,
moment
go.
has come.
all right, let's
Glory
do it.
awaits.
All right, let's go. And she'll shuttle you all across, and we can move the token to the other side. She says, let's go south. That way we don't have to go near the hut. What did you say you were looking for again?
A holy symbol of great hope.
If there's any place that I think it would have to be there. And she points to the larger structure that's kind of to the south. You'll see it. It's kind of got a circular area there. It looks like a mansion that's been, destroyed. But now that we're closer to this area, let me describe these ruins. As you approach the cluster of ruined cottages separated by low stone walls, you can see a short stretch of dirt road that has remained intact. The cottages do contain furnishings, though nothing here is of value. Everything is practically destroyed. It looks like this place has been flooded over and over again. The walls that separate the cottages are about 3 feet tall and are easily scaled or circumvented if you need to. So Muriel, when she gets to the side and finally gets up to the walls here, she does kind of duck for cover. She doesn't really want the full of her body to be exposed to the other sides of the walls, and she kind of motions for you to do the same as she heads further south. Do you follow her?
I look to Yune, and I say, Yune, stealth?
You got it, Canas. Stealth mode activated.
And I will also say, don't be alarmed, and I'll cast one with shadows, and I'll disappear as well.
Canas, where'd you go?
Just... that's a good point. I'm like, I was gonna be like, it's okay, just perch on my shoulder.
Where do I go?
Just
Where's your shoulder?
stay near your best friend, Laurent. Your second
Okay.
best.
All right.
It's so reassuring when Canas does that.
So you head south and... Oh, go ahead, Dione, please.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, Dione also does not, trust the whole situation. So, if possible, I'd like to fall back. Not too much, maybe 15 feet, and just kind of, be a little separate from the rest of the group, but still together, approximately.
Sure.
And I want to, slink through the landscape. And I still have my little walking stick. So, as I'm walking along, I'm just gonna, poke at the ground, see if there are any... Because this is, a swamp. The ground is unstable. So I just want to check the ground for any spots where it seems like irregularities that are unnatural. And I'm going to creep along, poking at the ground, but also, just looking around generally to see if anyone might be approaching.
Sure. Ultimately, give me a perception check, and I'll give you normal advantage on this because of the fog. It does kind of mute the smells and the sight, so normal insight or perception check.
Wow. All right, a 13. Did you get that?
Yes, I see it. Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so you kind of take a step back. You keep the whole party in view. You kind of make sure that, Muriel is in front and you can see clearly what's going on. But, 15 feet or so is about as far as you can go back before even your friends start to become a little bit obscured. Like I said, you can see the bigger structures. The fog doesn't necessarily, cover everything here, especially things of height. But especially low to the ground, as they're crouching, becomes harder to see.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay at this distance, and I also just want to keep an ear pointed behind me. So if I hear anyone approaching from behind, I have awareness.
One ear back, one ear front. Got it. Yep.
You know how the corgis do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My dog actually, our new dog Athena. She's been she's got like ear poses. It's like you look at her. Sometimes both ears are straight up. Sometimes ears are both down. Sometimes it's like a comb over. They're kind of all going left or all going right. They're going different directions, back and forth. She's got the floppiest ears for sure.
Then you understand. Yes.
Yeah.
This is the
totally.
way.
One ear back, one ear forward, and we get to the mansion. So, the south end of the village, like I described, there's remains of a mansion built on higher ground, so it's a little more elevated. Seems like it survived whatever flooding here better than the others. Empty arched windows stare at you. South of the ruin, the untamed garden runs rampant, surrounded by broken walls that are no longer able to contain it. East of the ruin, someone has erected a crude wooden fence, forming a circular yard in which several goats are penned. Surmounting the fence posts are human skulls. That would be this area right here.
Oh, we're already up there.
Oh. Is it circular? No. It's this one right here. The circular.
Oh, okay.
Fence
Okay.
post.
So it's a goat pen.
This is a goat pen, and this is the garden that's overrun. And this is the mansion ruins. So.
You say you never been over here before? You've never had an interaction with this seemingly very friendly settler?
Talking to Muriel?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot her name, Muriel.
I have never seen anyone here.
Well, how are the goats alive if there's no one here?
I don't doubt that there could be someone, but I've never seen them.
Let us proceed. Rufus is gonna walk on.
I've been here for months.
Yeah.
What if the goats themselves are the cause of evil here? I don't trust anything with hooves, I'll tell you what.
Muriel looks wide-eyed. You don't think they could be evil goats?
I don't know, we've certainly seen stranger things since we came here to Barovia, but if you told me the goats were evil, I would say, okay, let's kill them.
Irina bumps you and says, Laurent, teasing is not polite. Let's go.
Let's move on from the goats.
I do not think
You
the
hear a
goats are evil.
disembodied voice.
Yes, the goats are not evil, Irina says to everyone. We must make haste. We don't want to disturb whatever's in that hut.
Oh, I do enjoy a good goat stew.
Yes, they do look a little tasty, huh?
Goat's milk
She murmurs
as well.
from behind the group.
Goat's milk can be refreshing. It's the same morale, isn't it?
Oh, didn't we just have goat milk tea the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you think the milk came from?
Hopefully not here, it'd be definitely
Hopefully
curdled.
not
But
here, yes, this is
Camilla
Enough
says,
to
back
go.
at the orphanage, the chef would make a goat, a roasted goat with mint jelly.
mint jelly. We used to have that back in the Gwaindire. I love it.
It's better in the Gwaindire.
Enough reminiscing. Let's head toward the mansion.
Okay, so you head to the mansion.
Mint jelly is best with lamb.
That's true. As I mentioned, this ruined mansion is littered with rotted remains of furniture and decor, like most of the other homes. And where do you want to go? There's no, like, specific thing. Like, there's no, like, series of rooms here, but, like, where would you want to look if you were looking in an old abandoned mansion?
The basement.
Oh, the basement. Okay.
is there a clear front door, or is it just like so decrepit at this point? It's just like
So decrepit,
foundations
yeah.
left?
Exactly. So decrepit, you could go through walls. It's pretty open, so.
I
You
wanna
enter
check
in.
the study.
A study, right, exactly. You
We're
look
looking
for
for-
some sort of an entrance to a basement, something like that. You don't find one. You would even assume that maybe if there was one, it would be flooded at this point.
Well, of course, it was a ridiculous statement because it's a swamp.
Of course. But you do see what looks like maybe that of a parlor or a study. And inside you can see that there are faded, moldy books. There's, armoires, chairs, tables, everything here washed, faded, decaying, moldy. And then, as you're searching through all of this mess, a ghost takes shape in the fog, assuming the form of a giant of a man. His features are mutilated. His entrails hang out like frayed ropes. Despite its intimidating presence, the apparition has a cringing light in his eye. "Why do you invade my home?" he whispers. "Begone, I beseech you." Everyone give me a Constitution saving throw.
Say that, bro. Everybody gets +3.
A 10 for the round then, with that +3.
That was dexterity. 11.
Dione?
With the +3 is 12.
12. Okay, great. So, Rufus got a total of 10.
Yeah, 10.
Dione got a total of 12. Canas got a total of 8.
11.
11. And Laurent?
Total of 10.
10. You all fail.
Yeah.
Good start.
I'm going to roll for Irina as well. Here's Irina's and Camilla's. Irina gets a nat 20. She's fine. Camilla gets a 4. She fails. And Muriel gets an 11. She's going to be okay. All right. Well, the roll, at least, is an 11. All right, so this ghost's horrifying visage frightens you to the core. You're all going to be frightened of this creature. And I think only... No, I think it's only... Camilla fails by 5 or more. So she gets aged.
Oh my god.
That's
10
so funny.
years.
Wait, that's
10
so
years.
interesting.
She's no longer a child. This is fantastic.
She now looks 26 years old instead of 16.
Perfect. Now we can ditch her in the woods. She's no longer our responsibility.
Now, what is the, morality-wise, she technically is still a child. If you were to hurt her, you'd be abusing children.
Well, we had this problem earlier with the kid who he had the potion that made him into a baby again.
Benjamin
we've dealt
Button.
with this before. Yeah, exactly.
Right. But he went backwards. He went from being a teenager to a baby. She's going from being a teenager to an adult. She gained 10 years.
I'm sure we can fix this another time.
So.
Does she hit her growth spurt?
Yeah, she
But
grows a bit. Maybe, yeah, you could see, her features become that more of an adult. And she's like, what? What happened? What is this? And her voice has even changed a little bit. She's like, oh, all of a sudden my back hurts. And my feet.
She's not that old.
I'm only 26. No,
You're too young for that. Come on.
she has no
Back
idea.
hurts. Tell me about it.
She has no idea actually how old she is. She just looks like she aged 10 years.
If I look at her body posture and the way she's holding herself and her facial expression, is that consistent with how it was a moment ago when she was physically 16? Or is she she herself differently?
Yeah, she's taller maybe, I guess girls don't grow too much more once they're 16, but she just seems a little bit more upright, mature. It was maybe due to shock as well. She's kind of what happened? She's so scared. But no, I wouldn't say that she's a different person. She doesn't seem like a different person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, my child. You are still the same person. Just a little different.
Be gone! The ghost barks.
Right.
Now, all of you cannot go closer to this ghost. Can't go closer. Except for Irina. She could. What do you do?
We mean you no harm. What is your name?
The ghost says to you,
I want you to leave. This is not your home.
We are only visiting. We will not harm you.
Irina stands forward in front of everybody and she says, we're here on an important mission. It's very important that we get an item that we came for. And she's scared. Like, you hear the sound of her voice. She's, like, scared. But she's not frightened of the creature. So she steps forward. Just, you hear a shakiness, but she's speaking as everybody else is really cowering. And she says, we demand that you show us any item that does not belong to you. One that maybe was left here. She looks to the rest of the group for, like, reassurance.
She's like Dorothy right now.
Yes. The ghost looks at all of you and sees her, like, kind of focuses on her, and then scans the room, and you can see his image soften a bit. His eyes calm. He shrinks down from the giant size that he was, maybe like 10 feet tall, to that of a 5 foot, maybe 10 human. Still ghost. But he looks like his view has softened of this group. And he kind of lets out a sigh, and he says,
Can't believe it. After all these years. Marina, you've returned. I thought you were dead.
She looks at everybody behind her. You just say, Marina?
I just start nodding.
Yes, Marina, that's what she said.
Have we heard
That's
that
what he
name
said.
before?
No, never.
No.
Okay.
You can speak. I will say that you are still frightened of the creature, but again, that doesn't mean you can't move or speak or do things, but can't move closer to it.
We have brought Marina back. We are looking for a holy symbol.
He nods.
It is nice of you to bring Marina back to her home. I never thought it would be possible. I witnessed it. I witnessed her death. But I was wrong. I'm sorry, Marina. I'm sorry that we had to do this to you.
It's been
Irina.
so long. Oh, sorry.
Irina says, I forgive you? She looks at the group.
Yes, we all forgive you. It's been so long, in fact, that we've also forgotten why you did what you did. And I feel like for a really apologetic forgiveness, we need to know the gravity of what you did.
My name is Ulrich.
And he looks to Irina. And he says, I was once the burgomaster of this town, Berez. He starts to recount a tale, and you can almost see it through the fog and mist swirling, as if you were there. He says that Marina was once hoarded by the devil himself. He came here. He tried to steal her. He wanted her for himself. He did everything that he could to destroy her soul. But she resisted. You can see, like, maybe images of Strahd in the fog. It's very much, like a white, sort of ethereal version of him. But coming to the town, biting her neck. the little foggy figure of this Marina figure, looks like Irina, resisting him night after night. The townsfolk took matters to their own hands. And they killed you. And you can see, like, if he could produce tears, they would be.
Oh, he was angry. He came in and brought the floods with him. All of this town destroyed. Punishment for killing his soon-to-be bride. Marina was a beauty, but her soul was even more beautiful. And we killed her. We killed her. We killed you.
He looks right at Irina when he says this.
And yet she lives.
Yes. I didn't think it could be possible.
She wanted to see you one last time so you could be at peace.
Unfortunately, I cannot leave this place. The devil has forbade me. Forever will I remain here.
We plan to rid this place of the devil.
Was there a good here once? Was there a good here once? A symbol of good?
There were many symbols of good. However, if there's any of them left, it will be possessed by her.
And he points out of his home towards the hut in the center.
Damn it.
Who's that? Who lives in the hut?
The mother of the devil. And he looks right at you, Rufus, when he says that. His cold, ghostly eyes looking at you, peering into your soul.
Strahd's mother, but she must be long dead now.
Muriel says, well, I guess the ravens are probably dead. I'm just going to go. I'll see you all. If you need me, I'll be on the other side of the river.
Muriel, don't go anywhere yet.
What is her name?
None truly know her name. Only that she goes by Baba.
And is she truly the mother of Strahd?
He nods.
Why did she choose to remain in this village that Strahd destroyed?
That is something you'll have to ask her.
The ghost looks.
Marina. Oh, beautiful Marina. I am so sorry.
And he like sits down. He starts to shrink even a little more, and sits there on one of the broken down armoires. If he had tears, he'd be crying.
Shall we proceed to the hut before all our resolution is gone?
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. I want to look at our raven, and I want to cast guidance and say, "Be brave, little bird. Be brave. We need you to stay with us for now."
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. It's 22.
Nice. She says, "Oh yeah, I can do this. Yeah, no problem. Yep, the ravens are probably still alive, and the mother of the devil probably has been kind to them. Yep, they're still there. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And for the next minute, if anything happens, she's got guidance. So.
Oh, you cast it on her. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, great, excellent. The hut, is that where you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay. going to switch us to a different screen.
Oh no.
Okay. This.
And as we approach the hut, I'm still lagging like approximately 15 feet behind BT Dubs.
Sure. Yeah. That's fine. You can position yourselves as you'd like. I'm actually just going to put everybody on the map, and then you can decide where you'd all like to be. We've got a different map coming up, so give me a sec. All right, this should
So
be
glad we
right.
met that ghost. I was really like wondering for some world building on this village. Now I feel like I know what happened here.
Do you see your tokens?
We haven't switched maps on our side yet.
Here we have.
Oh, never mind. Yeah,
Oh,
it just
yeah.
came through for me. Sorry.
Okay.
It's just trees now.
Yeah, there's trees. This big tree in the center is where the hut is. So I'm going to show you. There's going to be actually. So this place actually has got 3 maps. The one big map you were just on that showed you like the whole town. That's obviously not a battle map. Something we can't really play with scale. This one shows you the area around the hut as you approach, and then there'll be one of the hut, a third one. So, just showing you this now, but as you approach, you can see the land here is drier than other places, but there's definitely pools of water, this swampy water, and you can see that there's spongy earth still all around. There's a giant tree, and I'll describe this to you here. Someone has built a ramshackle wooden hut on top of what was once an enormous tree. It's the stump of that tree. So even though it's not like, super big, I had to put a tree here. There's still limbs, there's roots, but the thing has been cut off. It's probably about, I think it does say this height here, but it's at the very least like 20 feet up from the floor.
It's a treehouse.
Yeah, it's like a treehouse. An open doorway is visible on one side of the hut, beneath which floats upside down a hollowed-out skull of a giant. Flanking the hut's doorway are 2 iron cages that dangle like hideous ornaments from the eaves. Scores of ravens are trapped in each one. They squawk and flutter their wings excitedly as you approach. And so now that I've showed you this map may come in handy. I'm not quite sure. We're going to play it by ear, but we'll see. So that's the map of the outer areas of the hut, and this is the area of the hut itself.
You see, your ravens are totally safe. Thank God you stayed with us.
Oh, thank goodness. I am so happy, she says.
I guess as we get closer to the hut, I want to start like flanking, so I'm behind the group, but I want to start like flanking like to the side. And I want to be like, instead of behind the group, I now want to be an equal like distance from the hut, but just like in a different direction. So like same radius, but just like, a different spot on the circle.
Okay, so let me move us to the closer inside of the hut. Let me do that first. That might even be better. So you can see what it looks like here. Okay, here we go. So this is like, notice how like small it is, right? Like it's literally 10 or 11 squares by 10 or 11 squares. So it's very small. This is like the closest you can get to the actual tree hut. So I'll put you on the side here, Dione, so you could be as far away as you'd like. You could position yourself. The group is now approaching. You're approaching from the south. The door and the floating skull is here.
Does the floating skull seem sentient, or is it just like an ornament that floats, seemingly without?
Yeah, it looks like it's floating. Yeah, it's like it's floating through magic, of course. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's its own creature, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. So you approach the hut and you can see the ravens. They're swarming. These are the cages of the ravens. There's the hut. There's the skull. Do you have any questions for me?
Is there any way in that isn't through the door? Like a window?
You don't see one. No.
I'll approach the ravens and try and free them.
Okay. Again, you'd have to get higher though. It's about 20 feet up.
Oh.
So you can climb for sure. Otherwise, it does look like that skull is floating right at the doorway. So you don't know if there's a way you can use it, but it's a way to get up, obviously, in some manner. But
Rufus, if you want, I can cast Enlarge on you and make you a little bit taller. I don't know if it'll be 20 feet taller, but it'll certainly make you large size.
Well, then I might not be able to fit in this hut.
the hut is small.
I can cast Reduce on you. Make you fit inside the hut really well. It'll be a giant hut.
It's 20 feet, you say?
Yeah.
That's like 3 meters, right?
Yeah.
Can I try and climb up?
More than 3 meters, right? 3 meters would be 9 feet?
Yeah, oh yeah. Right. It's like 8
Be like
meters.
7 meters?
Yeah, right, yeah.
6 or 7.
6, 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
Can I try and climb up?
Yeah, you can climb up. No check necessary here.
Okay, I'll climb up.
While Rufus is climbing up, I'll give everybody else a chance to do something as well. Dione, I see you're kind of creeping along the outside here.
Yeah. Well, I'm still thinking. Can someone else go?
Yeah, no
Sorry.
worries. Yeah. Laurent, what are you doing?
I think I want to go, if the skull is not seeming like itself sentient, I kind of want to go to the front and see if there's a way in the front door using the skull.
Mm-hmm. The skull does not, when you approach, it's not like an elevator or like an automatic door, it doesn't lower itself to you. It's just floating up there.
Is it floating low enough that I could climb on it or reach up and pull myself up?
So whereas Rufus is climbing and it's relatively simple. I mean, he has to do it, but I'm not gonna make him make a check for it. For you to reach that, it'd be like a high jump. You'd have to be able to dunk, essentially, to grab the bottom jaw of the skull. You know what I mean?
Laurent is not athletic like that. Neither am I.
Okay. Then it doesn't seem like the skull itself would move. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, can do. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, you get the sense that there is magic that has been cast on this. This looks like it was the skull of a giant, and the only reason it's levitating right now is because there's been magic cast on it. It's obviously enchanted. It has some sort of aura, though you'd have to cast Detect Magic or something like that to identify it. But
from the front, does it seem like on the map it looks like the door's open? Is there a closed door or any covering on the door, or kind of see that the door is open?
I honestly don't think there is. I'd imagine in my mind maybe like a beaded curtain, but it's open. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have one on the map, so no, technically, but I like to imagine there's maybe a beaded curtain that's open enough that you could glimpse into. Now the angle is the tricky part. You might be able to see the ceiling in there, but you don't really see what's going on in it.
Okay. Noted. There's got to be a way up there. I've got an emergency way up there if we need to, but there's got to be a better way than me teleporting up there.
Sure. Canas?
Is there a window?
There are no windows. Just a door. Would you like to send Yune up?
Cautiously. Yes.
Now, Canas, this is the place where Strahd's mom lives?
It is, yes.
That's pretty scary.
Don't go in there. I just want you to peek. Well, is there a door? Is there a closed door?
Yeah, I see a door. Yeah. It's got weird beads on it, but yeah, I see it.
Beads?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want me to go?
No. It could be trapped or cursed. I'm just gonna whisper to Rufus and be like, Rufus, there are beads around the door. They could be magical or trapped. Just be careful.
Okay, I'm trying to free the ravens. Perhaps they can help us.
And then...
I thought he was climbing up to the door.
He was climbing up the side, but towards the ravens, yeah. And then Dione, we'll go to you. What are you doing?
Okay. If I'm standing where I am on the map currently, are the raven cages more than 30 feet away from me?
So I think so. Let me just. I don't want to, you know, make it confusing, but the hut is about 20 feet up, and then these things are hanging off the side, like off the eaves. So they might be even a little higher, maybe like 25 feet, 20, 30 feet, something like that. And they hang over, like you can see it hangs, like the cages hang over the tree, like they extend 5 feet. So it's not like they're probably within like 30 feet if you get right under them or close to them. But I'm not going to count like diagonal distance or anything like that. It's whatever you're within 30 feet on the map. You're within 30 feet of them.
I see. Okay, so I guess I'm not within 30 feet.
If you go here, you would be.
Oh, okay, sweet. Then I'm scooching forward stealthily. A 1 and a 2. Stealthy scooch. And then I'm gonna try using Mage Hand to see if like the doors are unlocked. I just want to try to see if I can open the doors on the Raven's cages,
Yeah, you
or
can
at least one
attempt
of
it.
them.
You can attempt it. They're clearly locked though, so you could use your mage hand to try to disarm it if you have, because you have the ability to do that. I think, right?
Sweet.
Being an arcane
Yeah.
trickster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
So give me a stealth sleight of hand check with your proficiency. If you don't, but I think you do.
Oh, I don't know. Is that...
Actually, it looks like it's not. So it would be +3 more, so 14. That's not
plus-
enough to.
Plus 4.
It's not enough to unlock it. No,
Okay.
it's not
Okay.
enough. Now, Rufus, you'd get up there, and here's where you need to give me an athletics check, because, like I said, you'd have to like climb along that like rod that they're extended from to get to the cage. Give me an athletics check.
I'll do my channel divinity.
Advantage.
Fearless athlete, which gives me advantage on athletics.
Okay.
And I can jump more. So let me give you an athletics check.
In Appalatics.
Well, it's not that.
There you go. Athletics. Yep, I see it.
What did I get? 29.
A nat 20. 29. Not bad. So yeah, Rufus, you once you climbed up, you like hopped off the base of the structure, grabbed onto that pole. You're shimmying yourself over with like this nimbleness. And Dione's trying to unlock it from a distance, not working. You get there now, and you see there's clearly a lock on here. This looks like it's sturdy lock, sturdy cage, and the birds inside are now squawking as you approach.
Say, stand back, friends. And I'll pull out the Gwain blade, ignite it, and try and like lightsaber the lock.
Sure, give me an attack.
Yeah.
Just the damage really is all I need.
So, 17. No.
The first, so
Yeah,
not even going to have you
13.
roll a second, but if you do a second attack, it will destroy the cage.
I'll do a second attack because I get double attack.
Right. So you attack it once with the blade that's ignited. The light, the radiant light is pretty obvious. It pierces through a lot of the fog as well, and slash at it again. The cage falls to the ground. Someone down below, Camilla, will catch it. The ravens will squawk. They're still locked in there, but like it's you remove the cage from the house. And then you hear a voice from inside call out, you could just ask, and I could release them for you. Come. Show yourself. Let me see my intruder.
She thinks there's only one.
I
Rufus,
don't
how
want
do
to
you
reply. I want to climb back down and try and open the cage from the ground.
Sure, yeah. You climb back down and you hear Camilla. She's like, wow, that was incredible. I've never seen you move that quickly.
You too can learn to move like this. I will teach you.
She takes out her thieves' tools and attempts to pop it open. And she fails as well. Man, Dione, these are hard to get open.
Perhaps I can try again, now that I can use my own hands. I guess Dione will give it a go as well.
Go for it. Muriel is like on the outskirts of this. She's like off the map right now, but she's looking. She's like, the ravens. I knew they were alive.
Sleight of hand? Or...
Yep. It's really just a thieves' tool check but there's no skill for that. They just call it a thieves' tool check. So it'd just be dexterity plus your proficiency, and you roll a d20. So probably for you, I would guess if your dexterity's 4, it would probably be like a 7 in total. That'd be my guess.
Matter. It's a nat 20.
You rolled a nat 20, and that's all that matters.
Oh, yes. A 27.
You pop open the lock, the birds fly out, and Muriel's like, yes, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's so many of them. I knew it. I knew they'd been captured here. She says, thank you, thank you. There's one more cage. Think you could do it to the other side?
Yes, yes.
Great. Go ahead.
I'm going to go round the other way, not the way of the entrance.
Right.
And try and climb the tree up again this side.
And this time, you hear a voice as you're climbing. You're not even like close to the cage yet. She calls out to you all and says, if you're going to steal from me, you can do it face to face. Come on in. I don't bite.
Is there a clear... Does the skull move at all? Can we...
The skull does not move, although... I see, Tim, you're the only one in front. Do you approach it? Like as if it's an entryway?
Yeah, I'm happy to go in there and kill some time while Rufus is picking locks.
All right, so if you approach it, the skull will lower down towards you.
Hot dog. Yeah, let's see that.
Okay. All right, move your token. You can go up into the treehouse if you'd like.
Sure will. I will, put on my warmest smile.
The hut is small. It's like 15 feet on a side, and it's packed with old furniture, including a wooden cot, a wicker cabinet, and a slender wardrobe. There's a wooden table, a stool, and a barrel-topped wooden chest reinforced with brass bands, and an iron tub that is filled with blood. In the middle of the room is a ghastly woman. Sorry, not woman. Jeez. Wooden.
Oh.
A ghastly wooden crib with a small, angelic child sitting in it. All the furnishings, except for the crib, are bolted to the floor. Beneath the crib, a green light seeps up through the cracks beyond the rotting floorboards. But standing there, by the tub, is this woman. She's the one. Yes, she's the one who looks to you and says, who are you and why have you come to my cottage?
You see, I'm just slightly thrown off. She's off-putting. You see, we came here looking to free the keepers of the Raven. And that's why we're not trying to steal from you per se. We're trying to liberate some friends of ours.
She'll walk over to you. When you can see her, she's like right up to you, within 5 feet, adjacent to you essentially.
Yeah.
You can see her skin is old, like catcher's mitt, like that leathery, wrinkled, yeah.
Like down in Florida for too long kind of thing.
Totally, but like oiled looking, yeah. She also has these long, like kind of braided hair pieces that, are completely white and withered. There's flies all about as well in this cottage in the swamp, but they're heavy around her. She reaches out with her like hand to caress your cheek, and you can notice that she's got like talons, essentially. Her nails are like talons. And she puts her finger right up to your cheek and kind of circles it around to your chin.
Trying so hard not to flinch.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. I'm dumb. $16.
You look past her like she's not even there. You're just focused on the baby in the crib.
Just the
baby's-
baby, like, describe it as
Yeah.
angelic. Is there anything else standing out about it besides just like being like a little cherubim? Or
It's like a little baby in a diaper in a crib. The crib is like, made of wood. It's, very rudimentary, but, looks sturdy enough. And then you start to look at it. The coos and the sounds of the baby kind of calls to you. You feel compelled to go to it.
Laurent loves kids.
Right.
So I sure do. This is a new baby to adopt, and I've been looking for new orphans now that, the other one is 26 and no longer my ward. I need a new one. Collect them like Pokemon cards and walk over to that baby.
You walk over to the child, and she's, I imagine the camera is like from the crib's perspective looking at you, and you see the camera shows you like just walking away, like as if the woman's not even there anymore. She'll let her hand go down and turn as, she faces the camera too, watching you approach it. And then as you look straight down into the crib, you'll notice that there's a small little baby, a little baby boy. And then you feel like a memory comes over you. One that you've had many times. It's you, a child. You were maybe like 2, 3 years old. It's this is that first memory, the one we even touched on last episode, where your mother is there. She might be sewing or, doing some housework. She's tired, but still full of warmth. She's your mother. It's the image that you always play in your head. She smiles at you softly as you glance up at her. Your crib, which now is this crib, is in the back of the room. The memory comes to you clearer now. She's talking to somebody. You'd always imagine that she was like talking to you, or, embracing you. Maybe as you played with your toys, she was always, sort of being motherly towards you. But no, she's actually talking to somebody else in a very positive tone, a very soft tone. You're playing with toys. She's now humming the song that we had discussed that Von Richten seemed to know as well. Mm-hmm. And you hear a slight creak from the other side of the room. You turn. Behind you was never a part of your memory until now. You can see a man standing there, strong, a bit slender, but muscular. He wears bright colored clothing. But it's not Vistani.
Octavio?
Strahd.
He's talking to your mother. Obviously, you hear it. You don't really know the conversation, but she's humming the song now. And then he turns, and he sings the song to you. He finishes the song and says, "So hush now, child, and still your breath. For hearts can lie and cheat at death, but break the toll and end the lie. None who face death truly die." And it is Orel. You look up, it's him, but a younger version. One that might match the youth of a 30-year-old man. Not the old Orel that you now have come to know.
Do I get the impression that Aurel is my father?
That is what you feel.
Whoa.
I feel like Luke Skywalker right now. This is deeply concerning. No wonder he jumped off that tower in Cloud City. My God, this is a lot.
No, that's not true. That's
You killed my
impossible.
father! This is...
Oh,
The
Rel.
woman, Vistani.
Wow.
The woman is his mother looks like Esmeralda, but not. I mean, features of it like similar to Esmeralda. It's not Esmeralda. That would be too much. Esmeralda's also like your age. She's not.
God, but time is so flimmy here in Barovia.
Wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan
crazy.
was wise to keep her from me, sister.
Because
Just kidding.
if this old lady starts talking to me, I'll be like, what are you... Someone's losing a hand, it's you or I, so...
You come out of this memory, though, and you're back in the hut. It's not your old home, your mother, your father. They're not there. But this baby is here. And you turn now to the woman who's no longer just standing there watching. She's disrobing. Rufus, you get high enough onto the house now. You hear the sounds of a cooing and conversation. You look in, just like kind of peek, and you see this woman. She's standing next to Laurent. Laurent is standing over a crib looking at this baby. She is disrobing. She's completely nude now. And it looks as though she's about to get into the bath that's filled with blood.
Are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson?
Told you it's going to be a weird one. Like
Yeah.
asbestos getting thrown in your face.
I'm really glad we're all here for this.
Yes,
I don't know if
thank
I'm glad, but we're all here for it.
Oh, my Lord. Okay.
Just found out Dasha's your dad.
Yeah, that's a lot, too. I'm going to text Josh tomorrow and be like, hey, do I call you Pops now, or what are we doing here? Padre? Got some figuring stuff out to do.
Rufus, do you want to go for the Ravens, or are
The
you
Ravens, yeah, I want to.
the Ravens? Okay. Give me another athletics check. Your peerless athlete's still going.
Yep. $27.
Nice. Yeah, easily you can go to the edge of that, the eave and crawl on that post and get the Ravens down again. Down below, Dione, don't need to make a check. You've done it once already. You can do it again. So you can unlock the Ravens and they will scatter and caw, fly away. Inside the hut, I'll come back to you, Stefano, and the people that are down on the ground in a second. But the woman disrobes. You kind of see it in the corner of your eye, Laurent. It's probably not the least, disturbing thing that you just realized. But she gets into the tub, and she's like, looks like this tub is like, she's like energized by this. She like sits in and she's like, now, what you just saw, incredible, wasn't it?
It was truly something I was not expecting.
Don't tell me. Keep it to yourself. It was meant for you.
I have a lot of questions.
I don't have the answers. As I said, that was meant for you, whatever it was.
Can you at least tell me how?
How? What?
I've had this memory for a long time, and it's never been that clear. So
I
why
cleared
is it
it.
so clear now?
I cleared it for you. You seemed like you were carrying a heavy burden. I have intuition. I helped you. And what do I get from it? You steal my ravens.
What would you like in return?
Oh, that's a dangerous question, she says as she lifts her hand up and kind of brushes her hair back, blood dripping from her hand all the way down her arm. I'd like to meet your friends. Tell them to come here.
I will walk to the doorway and call out for everyone else to come on up. The bloodbath looks fine.
You literally
Canas.
could say it's a bloodbath up here. Literally,
It's a bloodbath, and I'm in emotional turmoil and distress. I need I need support up here.
Canas will sigh. And then drop the invisibility and go over.
Okay.
Yeah, Dione will shimmy up the trunk
Okay.
to join Laurent.
Irina will start to go as well. Camilla says, I don't think you should go up there.
Irina, you should stay below.
Yeah. We'll stay here, Camilla says, with Muriel. Make sure she doesn't go crazy.
Look after these ravens.
The ravens are flying all about. They're like circling the house. They're not like really like doing much. They seem like animals, not were-ravens.
Oh.
If that makes sense. Yeah. But they're circling. They're in the area for sure. So Muriel's thrilled. She's like walking around, looking up in the sky. Some ravens are coming by her, and she's like, "Oh, my friends." So Camilla says, "We'll keep an eye on crazy over here." All right. So you all get up to the hut, and you see now this woman. She's putting her robes back on as blood dripping onto the floor. She just clearly bathed in it. She says, so refreshing. If only I had different blood. I have to settle for goats. Have you ever bathed yourself in blood? She says it to all of you.
No. No, I have not.
Can't say that I have.
It's wonderful. Oh, she's over here, by the way. She's in the bloodbath. Let me move her. Position yourselves where you'd like. I mean, the hut is small, so there's not many places to go. But she just came out of the bath, so she's over here. There we go. Perfect. So, Rufus, I see you're positioned by the door. You're still like in the doorway. You're not really entering.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. She'll walk, and she doesn't really seem to bother all of you. Like, she'll walk through you, grab things off of the bureau, go to the other side here near you, Laurent. Maybe you move out of the way. She just kind of is going about her business like she's like getting out of the bath, you know what I mean? And the child is just cooing there, angelic-like.
Well, now you've met us. So, what is it you'd like in return for the ravens?
Actually, although we have just met, I know quite a bit about you all. I've been watching you for some time.
Since when, might I ask?
Oh, for at least, 50 episodes or so.
I see. So, since before the Velaki arc?
Since season 1.
I see.
Yes. Early season 1. Yes.
The scarecrow we saw at the windmill, was that you?
Oh. This one's a smart one. Yes. The scarecrows do my bidding. They're all around here. I've told them to be quiet and stay hidden. I hope they weren't too much trouble.
Some of them were.
I see you hanging out with those, the ravens, the wizard of the wines. Those people cannot help you.
And I suppose you can.
Oh, certainly. I have far more power than they do.
They've been helpful so far. If you're in charge of the scarecrows, I don't mean to be rude. You've been kind of a nuisance.
Ravens are a nuisance. They're a blight to this land. They all deserve to die.
Does Muriel just take that?
She's outside still. She doesn't hear
Okay.
us. Yeah. Camilla and Irina and Muriel are downstairs. She says, I know what you really want, though. You want to kill Strahd.
Is he your son?
He is. He
Oh.
is my son.
How are you still alive? You must be so old.
I take good care of my body. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Strahd is older than you think as well.
I believe Strahd to be quite old. He seems to be able to transcend time. He is immortal.
He is the land.
Yes.
Yes,
So
thank
we've
you.
heard.
Give us that nonsense.
She says to you all,
I am his mother, though we are not blood. I did birth him, though he never was in my womb.
she speaks very cryptically as she, dresses herself, puts on, her clothes, braids, fixes her braids, things like that.
Did you?
Cannot. Oh,
Yeah,
you
please,
have
go
him to
ahead.
become
Everybody,
a vampire?
speak. Say it again,
I-
Rufus, just a little louder. I couldn't hear you.
Did you help him to become a vampire?
He did not need my help for that, though we did both gain similar power from the dark ones. I may have guided him in this direction, but I cannot make choices for him. Dione, do you want to say something?
oh yeah. I wanted to see if she. I figure as a werewolf, I'd probably recognize the scent of a vampire. So I wanted to see if she smelled of vampirism.
She doesn't. No.
Okay.
She
Were we
seems to
close
be
enough
human.
Earlier that Rufus's divine sense would have pinged if she had been, or were we too far away?
She
when
wasn't
had pinged?
close. Yeah,
I'll
no, that
ping
was
it
like
again right now.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No fae, fiend, celestial, or undead.
Crazy.
She seems she seems to be human.
Who is this child?
Why? It's Strahd.
She looks at it lovingly.
Okay. Yeah.
She says, "This is him. When he was a boy. Innocent. Perfect. You see, his mother, Ravinia. I was her nurse. I delivered the baby. I am just like a surrogate mother to him. I'm more of a mother than she ever was."
Clearly, this must be an image. Strahd is no child.
She picks up the child in her bony hands. All the while, all you can see is the claws that are there, and how easy it would be to just accidentally pierce through this baby's skin. And she's just just like when he was a boy. She holds him up. She says, "See? We all came from something like this. I was there when he was born. And I'll make sure that he stays alive."
Well, it seems that we are at odds in that sense.
She nods.
I believe you're looking for a symbol, one that will give you hope in defeating him. Many have tried. Many have tried to get this from me. I had to find it myself, from others. And I could say, in every which way, it never works. You cannot defeat what cannot be defeated. He is immortal. He will persist. You should give up your trying now and live whatever semblance of a life you can. Heed this warning.
What is this symbol? Show it to us.
It matters not, and it belongs to me. I will allow the ravens escape,
I will forgive it. So long as you leave now, go back to your town up north and leave well enough alone. Otherwise, I will have to kill you if you try to touch my boy.
So, it seems that the child may be the symbol.
She looks at you, smiles, and she says, "This is my baby."
Can I hold it?
No.
Does it look
She
like
backs
a real
away.
baby? Is
She
it
backs
actually
away.
a real baby, or is it?
It's cooing in her arms, yeah.
I don't really want a baby, guys.
It's probably
Does
it
it
probably isn't actually a baby.
does it smell like a real baby?
Give me a
To Dione?
perception check with advantage.
Okay, looks like a 19.
I mean, Dione, you've smelled many a dirty diaper before, right?
I know dirty diaper smell for sure.
You smell nothing. Well, you smell a lot, but not from the baby.
Right, right.
There's a lot of weird
Baba-
smells in here. Yeah.
Baba Lasaga, was it?
Actually, you would not know her name.
Oh. Matt,
The handout says her name. Yes, Baba Lasaga.
I've been watching you for 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you could say Baba, and she'll say Baba Lasaga.
yes. Baba Lasaga. If there is no defeating Strahd, then what difference does it make if we have the symbol?
Now she's getting very upset. And she says, "I told you, leave. This baby does not belong to you."
Give us the symbol, or we will attack you.
Brett? She says,
Yeah.
"You don't know what powers I'm capable of."
We cannot leave without what we came for.
He says, "Well, then I'm sorry for what I'm about to do." And as this conversation kind of comes to a conclusion here, the giant roots beneath the hut come to life. You could feel the ground beneath you shaking as this tree comes to life and pulls the roots themselves out of the mire. The hut, the tree itself lurches, groans, and it becomes a lumbering mass that cracks as it walks. And we're going to have to pause it right here. But this is what you see from the outside. This is what Irina, and you'll hear her from outside. Everyone, something terrible is happening. And this is what you see.
What she sees.
Yeah, what she sees. Yeah. Oh, come on. I should have had this. Here it is. Perfect. The hut begins to come alive.
No.
Damn.
And we will have this epic encounter next week here on the channel. For sure, we're playing next week. Okay, everybody? We
Okay.
cannot not play next week. But yeah,
We gotta get back into a groove.
that's right. Awesome game, everybody. Great roleplay and creepy ear. I love this place, Berez. There's so much cool stuff to it. Maybe even more to come. All right. But until then, we'll see you on the tabletop. Have a good night. See you next week. Bye, everybody.